welcome to another video on my channel. This video is going to be a little bit more special to me because today we are looking at my new car. So we're looking at 2025 Hyundai Tucson Preferred with Trend package. So we're going to keep the video format the same. We're going to check outside, we're going to check inside, and then we're going to take it for a quick test drive. I might say I really do enjoy this SUV. There's tons of things that I do like. There's some things that I wish were a little bit more fine-tuned, and then there's one thing that I'm not a big fan, but we're gonna talk about all of those in this video. So for 2025 year model, Tucson came, Hyundai came with a refreshed version of this Hyundai Tucson. They changed a lot inside. When it comes to outside, there's not a lot of changes, but still some slight changes, especially for the front grille that you can't see, but you can still see it, and there's still a little bit of change, especially when it comes to these daytime running lights. There's now more space between them, and I think that with these subtle changes that they did, it kind of looks a little bit more elegant in my opinion, and a little bit more aggressive. So looking at the front, we have this Hyundai black grille with daytime LED daytime running lights, and just below that you have your LED headlights. They're automatic, and also you have automatic high beams as well. Looking down below, we can see that there's some slight silver accenting, and then on that lower black grille you have this black panel that's basically for your safety features, and we're gonna talk about those in a sec. I don't really like the positioning of that thing, because especially that radar, because especially if you have snow or muddy condition, it's gonna get dirty real soon, and you're gonna get a pop-up saying that your radar is not working and that you have to clean it. Before I move to the side profile of this Tucson, the color on this is Hampton gray, and when I was looking to getting this new Tucson, my first color choice was black, the second was white, and then I added a Hampton gray just to kind of widen the search, because they did not have this particular Preferred with Trend package on the lot, and I was like iffy. But I can tell you that I really do like this Hampton gray color. It is a little bit sensitive, so in a muddy, rainy environment it's gonna get dirty real quick, but I think it looks really great. Now moving to the side, we have 18-inch alloy wheels. So this comes with the Trend package. If you go without the Trend package, if you go just Preferred base model, it's gonna be 17-inch. We have our Continental winter contact winter tires, 235 60 18. Moving more to the side, we have our mirrors with LED turn signals embedded, some silver accenting. We have door handles, same color as the car, and this car has a keyless entry. Now it's not working because the car is on, but basically in order to lock it, you just need to press this like a fingerprint pattern here, or if you want to unlock it, you just put your hand behind and it's gonna unlock. Black plastic underneath, which I do really like. And then looking at the side, maybe the camera is not gonna pick it up, but there's a lot of going on. Some shapes, some lines that start, but they do not end all the way to the back. But this is something that, you know, I like how it looks like from all angles, but some people might not be so keen on design. But again, it all depends on who prefers what. And then on top of the windows we have this silver accenting, which I believe just goes for the Preferred and XRT version. If you go to N-Line or Unlimited or Ultimate, I don't know what's the top trim, then that's gonna be blacked out. And speaking of blacked out, your back windows, they come tinted, factory tinted. Moving to the back, still the same design, not a lot has changed here for this 2025 model. What I do not like is that these reverse lights here and the turn signals are down below on the bumper. If something happens, it can be an expensive change for the bumper. We have a Hyundai logo here that's somehow embedded into this. Here there's nothing sticking out. H-track, which represents the all-wheel drive for the Hyundai. Great system. We had a pretty snowy winter this time this year in Canada, in Montreal here, and I had no problems whatsoever. And then you have Tucson on the left. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up, but when locked, if you have your key fob in your pocket, you just need to stand for about 2 seconds. It's gonna pick you up and it's gonna beep twice, and it's gonna open the tailgate automatically, so you don't need to do that gimmicky, you know, way with your foot down below. No, you just stand there and it's gonna open it for yourself. So guys, I figure I show you this feature that I really like. So when the car is locked and you have your key fob in your pocket or near you, you only need to come close to it. It will beep at you a couple of times, and then it's gonna open the tailgate itself. It's really cool to have, especially if you're carrying the groceries bag. This is gonna help you a lot. Thank you, and let's go back to the video. Now, looking at the trunk, you have a decent size trunk here, tons of room, which I do really like. You can fold these rear seats 60-40 to give yourself more room. You can do that by just pulling these levers here. You have 12-volt socket here, and then I'm just gonna mention these. You have these anchor points in all 4 corners. If you have some netting that you want to tie down, you can do that. And what I would like to see, if they added another light on this side, because even without this organizer that I bought on Amazon, even without it, the lighting in the back wasn't that good when it comes to the nighttime. Underneath here you have a nice storage area, bunch of compartments, and as you can see here, there's no spare tire. You get this tire mobility kit. And then what's really cool to mention is that if you buy a Hyundai, you get 5 years of road assistance for free. So that's cool too. No? Regular unleaded fuel. Now let's check the back seats. So looking first at the doors, you have really nice design, black with grayish, and then you have a little bit of gloss black and some silver accenting on the door handles. Not that big, but decent size bottle holder here, and a little bit of storage area here. These seats are leather seats. You get them with the Trend package, and they're super nice, super comfortable. In the back you have this armrest with 2 cup holders, and these seats in Hyundai Tucson, you can tilt them back and forward by this, using this lever here, which, as you can see, it's gonna give more space to your passengers in the back. Let's see the space in the back seats. So this is me sitting behind my seating position. I'm 183 centimeters or 6 feet tall, and as you can see, I have ample of knee room. a lot of room for my feet, and then enough headroom. Although if you go with the trend, you get this nice big panoramic sunroof, but even with that, it does not impede my headroom, which is really cool. You have 2 back vents, and then you have 2 USB-C charging ports for your passengers in the back. And then behind the passenger side, you have this pocket, which is really cool. So let's see, if you were to carry 3 adults, would they fit? I think yes, although this middle seat is not as wide, but there's still plenty of room here for 3 adults, and this transmission hump here is not that high, so, and still a lot of room for feet, so that won't be a problem. So carrying 3 adults, they're gonna be just fine in the back here. And then this panoramic sunroof brings in a lot of light here, and what I do like is that the bottom portion is black, and then when you're looking at the roof and these pillars from the half point up, it's this white color, which again brings and makes this cabin feel even more spacious. Okay, it's pretty cold today and snowy, and it's hard to believe that just yesterday it was dry without any snow and it was nice and sunny. Okay, looking at these door panels of the driver's side, so the same design, you just have more buttons. So you have your buttons to adjust your mirrors, side mirrors, lock and unlock button for all doors, and then you can control all 4 windows from here. Front driver and front passenger window, they go all the way up or down with 1 click, which is really nice. Storage area in the doors, not impressed, but it is what it is. Now, looking at the driver's side seat, again, I really like these seats. They're really comfortable, they offer a lot of support, and with the Trend package, the driver's side you can adjust automatically, and the passenger side you can adjust it manually. If you do not go with the Trend package, then this seat also you will have to adjust it manually. Okay, now this is where, in my opinion, this SUV shines. I think that Hyundai did a phenomenal job designing this interior. This curved 2 12.3-inch displays, they're seamlessly connected, they look awesome. But first, let's start from the right side. Glove box, not impressed with the size. I would be more happy if they made this glove box a little bit bigger, but that's it. Then on top of that, you have this silver accenting that goes across the whole dashboard, and then on top of it you have this shelf where you can put, I don't know, let's say your phone. But as you can see, it's not rubberized, so if they only put rubber here, it would be much more better, and you could use this shelf and put things on it and not worry that they will slide around. Now moving to this central portion, you have your 2 air vents, 12.3-inch multimedia display, touch, awesome system, awesome design. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both wireless, work seamlessly. Moving down below, you have your buttons to navigate the system if you have to, and then underneath you have your AC controls. So you have these 2 physical knobs that just feel really nice, and then this area here is touch. So as you can see, these both passenger and driver side, they're heated, so 3 levels of heating. And then you also have your heating steering wheel, 2 levels as well. I'm just gonna put this because I can feel my AC overheating, but bright enough so you won't have any problems. Really responsive. It took me probably around 2 days just to get used to this setup, but once you do get used to this setup, you'll have no problems whatsoever using this, and you'll love it. Moving down below, we have 2 ports, 2 USB-C, and then you have 12-volt socket right here. What's really cool about this setup is that right now, as you can see here, it lit up white, bluish, which means that if you connect your phone to this USB-C here, it will only do the charging. But if you press, then it's gonna go orange, and now if you connect the phone, it's gonna connect to the system as well. It's gonna bypass the wireless phone that you currently have. Then you have big storage area here. Honestly, I did not use it yet. Maybe once or twice I put few things there, but it's nice to have because now you have this floating central console because your gear selector is right here. We're gonna get to that in a moment. So, few buttons here. The first one is you can select either drive or terrain. Terrain, you have snow, mud, sand. Drive, you have normal, sport, or my drive. You can adjust it yourself. So when you select whichever you want to change, then you change it using this knob here. Auto hold, start stop system, which I always turned off because I think it's gonna bring more harm to your car than it benefits or fuel efficiency. Descent assist, and then you have this to activate your camera if you want, like so. Wireless charger here that you get with the Trend package. If you go without the Trend package, then you will not get this. If you just go with the Preferred, then you will not get this wireless charger. 2 cup holders, decent and really deep central storage area here. And now moving to the steering wheel and what you will see as a driver. So let me just select this here. Okay, so now nice leather heating steering wheel that I was a bit skeptic on the design and everything, but the more I drive this car, the more I like it. I need to admit. Nice, comfortable steering wheel, heated as mentioned already. You have these pedal shifters here. I used it maybe once or twice, but nice to have. Your controls on the left side, you can control your adaptive cruise control, and then also with this button here you can change and what you're seeing in the middle portion of that screen. And then on the right side you can adjust or change the tracks, volume up and down. And this button here, you can adjust it, so this is like your special button that you can adjust and add any functionality. What I did is, because there's no play pause for the music, I put that as media on off, and now it acts like a play pause button, which is really nice. On the left side you have your lever for your turn signals and also for your headlights, but as I said, you put it as an auto and that's all you need to do. On the right side you have for your windshield wipers, front and the back, and then also this one here has the rain sensing wipers, so you can just leave that in auto and it's gonna do it for yourself. On the left side you have a button for your brightness of your screens, your handbrake, hold to open the tailgate, and to close or turn on or off your traction control. And then on the right side you have your lever that you're gonna use to for a gear shifter, drive, neutral, reverse, or park. Okay, let's take it for a test drive, and then we're gonna talk about the price and all that good stuff and how does this car feel to drive. So put in reverse, you have your reverse camera, high resolution camera with these active guidelines. What I do like is if you go to, you can go to wide angle, and then also you can check from the top view to see how close your bumper that's right here is to whatever obstacle is in the back. Put it in drive and let's go. First thing I've noticed when I took this Tucson for a test drive is how nice, soft and quiet the ride was. And it's still like I had it for 2 months. Every time I get inside I get surprised how quiet this cabin is and how comfortable it is to drive this SUV. Now, let's start with the price. In Canada, MSRP is $34,700. Add some fees to it that you will pay, and you're looking at $37,400. Now, that's without the trend package. If you go with the trend package is gonna set you back an additional $3,700. So with the trend package and all the fees, you're looking just above $41,000. So I believe it's around $41,400 plus taxes. I think you are getting a hell of a good deal and a hell of a good SUV for that kind of money, especially with, you know, this being an entry level, a base only. That trend package, I recommend you guys go with the trend package. I'm gonna summarize what you get with that package in a minute, but for a base model you get a phenomenal deal and a lot of tech, great looks, and really comfortable drive. Preferred is a gasoline, so Tucson you can get it in a gasoline with a gasoline engine, combustion engine, hybrid, or a plug-in hybrid. This Tucson comes in with 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, paired with 8-speed automatic gearbox, and this one is all-wheel drive. So I believe the all-wheel drive is the only option you can get in Canada, so there's no front-wheel drive Tucson. Consumption on the official website of the Hyundai, they say city 9.7 liters per 100 kilometers, highway 7.7 liters per 100 kilometers, and the tank size is 54 liters in the MPG world. So city 24 mpg, highway 30.5 mpg, and then the tank size is 14 gallons. However, I don't know if that's because I'm still kind of breaking in the engine, but that's not what I was getting in the last 2 months. So I'm averaging around 12 liters, which is approximately around 19.6 mpg. And I can tell you that, especially for the first, I don't know, I'm currently now at 2,000 kilometers, but for the first maybe 11 or 1200 kilometers, I was really gentle. I was not, you know, pushing it, because I was still, you know, that's recommended, like for like first 1,000 kilometers you drive it really gently. And I'm getting still around 12 12 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's that. Now, speaking about the things that I like about this car, let's start with that, because the list, or no, okay, let's change that. Let's talk about one thing that I do not like about this SUV. I do not like the sound of this engine, 2.5 liter engine, when accelerating hard. It just, to me, sounds unrefined and it screams a lot. However, with that said, if you go with this car, you will not find yourself in a situation where you're gonna have to accelerate hard a lot of times. So that's gonna happen, I don't know, once in a blue moon or so. But when it does happen, and that which I will show you guys, when it does happen, it's really loud, and that's the only thing that I do not like, and I'll demonstrate that just in a sec. So that's the only thing I do not like about this SUV. Now, the things that are okay, but I would like some slight modifications maybe for the next model years, is the storage of the glove box and the storage in the door bins here. I think a little bit more storage in those two areas would be great. And additional thing that I would really like is that if they find a way to fit a holder for the sunglasses, that would be great. The second thing that I think needs a little bit of adjustment is the safety features or the safety system of this car. So I love it. I love the things that you get. So you get your lane keep assist, your blind spot monitors, your front collision warning, and then braking for you as well. Hey guys, I realized I forgot to mention to you two things when it comes to the safety features. So the first one is when you put it in reverse, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but you also have a rear cross traffic alert. So cars, cyclists, pedestrians, whoever is coming from either side of the car, it's gonna beep at you and it's gonna show you from which side the car or pedestrian is coming from, which is really nice, cool, and great feature, safety feature to have. And the second thing I forgot to mention, I also see this as a safety feature, is that here you have a camera right here that will scan the traffic signs, also the speed limit. That's it for now. Thank you, and let's go back to the video. You get those as standard in with the base model, with this preferred version, but I think that they are a little bit sensitive, at least for my liking. So when driving, you can see that you have clearly enough room to change the lane, but yet the blind spot monitor, they'll pick up a car that's around 15 or 20 meters behind you sometimes, and when you put your turn signal to change the lane, they're gonna beep at you and they're gonna, bring the volume down of your music or whatnot. Lane keep assist works great, but sometimes it's gonna pick up these lines, especially when you get into an area where the lines are not marked properly. It's gonna pick up these lanes, and sometimes it's gonna kind of jerk your car off to the left or right side. Sorry, to the left or the right side for just no reason, and it's really feisty. So if you wanna change a lane, or change a lane without the turn signal, it will fight you. It will not give you it will fight you until you put your turn signals, or you override and just change the lane without the turn signals. So And then when it comes to the front collision warning, that one is also really sensitive. It happened to me once where, in my opinion, it was unnecessary for the system to break itself, because I saw the car in front of me. I started braking slowly to bring the car to the stop, but it kind of just slammed on those brakes, and I was like face forward and then back. So all in all, the safety system, great, and it's great that you get it as standard on this base model, but I think a little bit too sensitive. And then, if you guys remember at the beginning of the video, I said where that plate is up front, if it's rainy, if it's muddy, if it's snowy, and you're in a traffic, so there's a lot of cars in front of you that will, you know, how to say, spray the snow in front of your car, that thing gets dirty real fast, and it will just block your entire system and give you the warning saying, you know, you have to go outside and clean it. If they found another position or protected it somehow, it would be better. So maybe, you know, maybe that's a room for the improvement. So that's it when it comes to things that I do not like, which was one, and two things when it comes to the storage and the safety features that I think they could improve a little bit, at least in my opinion. Now on to the good things, and the list is pretty long. I genuinely enjoy this car and this SUV, and I'm super happy with it. The way it drives, the way it feels, the way it looks. I love the way it looks, and the technology inside, everything. So I really do enjoy this SUV. And I was recently, ever since I started this channel, I was fortunate enough to drive many different cars in the SUVs, and I can tell you that with everything, this one is on the top when it comes to, you know, just general and altogether feel of the car. Maybe that's because I had more time with it, but I really do like it. So first things, let's talk about how it drives. Ride is smooth, and as you can see, in Montreal we have really bad roads, yet this suspension is nice and soft, and it handles these bad roads in Montreal with ease. Suspension soft, glides, and then the just when cruising it around, I don't know, let's say 50, 60, 70 up to 100, it is really quiet. The gears will shift out nicely, smooth shifts, linear power delivery, brakes are good. So all in all, really comfortable SUV, and I'm sure that many of you who decide to go with this car SUV will enjoy it. Now, interior, nice, bright, especially with this moonroof that you have with the Trend package, and there's just tons of room inside if you want to go on road trips with your family. And as I said, having 3 adults in the back, they'll be absolutely fine. Technology, these screens actually, they look awesome. Android Auto works perfectly. I had no problems whatsoever. Cruise control, so you just set it and it will go, and if you want, you can press this button and it will also do the steering for you, so you have to put your hands on your steering wheel for every like 10 to 15 seconds or so, and that's about it. When it comes to the distance between you and the car in front of you, you have 4 levels, but it works really good. And I like this screen in the middle, this Tucson in the middle here. As you can see, when you have a car in a blind spot, which I will show you right now, it will illuminate red, so you know you have cars in your blind spot. Now, works great. These screens here, the screen in front of you is super bright, and I forgot to mention is that on the left side you have your button that you can adjust your brightness. As you can see here, probably the camera will pick it up nicely. It's nice and bright, and I have no issues, no problems seeing all the information that I need to see. But believe it or not, this is at 18% of the brightness, so it can go all the way to 100, and then it's just way too bright for my liking. And 18, I believe it's 18. Oh no, now it's 100, sorry. 18 is at night, I do apologize. So 18 is at night, and if you go up any higher than 18, at least in my opinion, it's gonna blind you. But here on a daylight, it's at 100, and it's nice and bright. You can see all the details that you want to see. Now, speaking about the drive modes, so you have this normal drive mode, and then you have sport, and then you have my drive. And as you can see here, when you put it in sport, the gauge cluster changes as well. And I will accelerate a bit hard now here, so you can hear that sound of the engine. Way too loud, and in my opinion kind of sounds unrefined. And in sport mode, I've realized it keeps the revs pretty high all the time. So there you have it. So that's when it comes to the thing that I do not like about this. I think if they refine that sound just a little bit, it will be top notch. So before we end this video, I will just show you one thing quickly. Put it in park just by pressing this P button here. But just quickly, here's the infotainment system, the Hyundai system that works great. If you go to the setup, you have all these different options: vehicle sound, general, screen layout, user profile, Blue Link. I know that Hyundai is not the only company that does that, but the Blue Link is the app on your phone that you can basically see all the details about your car. You can locate your car, see if the doors are locked or unlocked, if any of the windows is open, the fuel tank capacity, what's the range, and then you can also lock, unlock, find the car, or also engine shut off. But you can start the engine with presets. So let's say if it's a winter, you can set heating seats, heating steering wheel, and the climate, the temperature, whatever you like, and it works a charm. So let's say 5 minutes before you leave your work, you set it up. When you get inside, it's nice, warm and cozy. And then also just to show you guys also the key fob. So this is the key fob, one of the things that I don't really like, but good thing is that you have a keyless entry and a push start engine button, so you don't really have to look at it that much. But you can also start your car using a key fob, but with this there's a distance limit where using a blue link you can, it's a GPS thing, so I think you can be anywhere in the world and still start your car. I don't think there's a range on that. So if you guys want me, I can make a separate dedicated video on all the options that you get here. But before I finish with the video, if you go to the cluster theme selection, so now you can see that these gauges, you can change them, like that's one of those. And then you can, you know, the style, you can link into drive mode, or you can go style A, B, or C. I like to link into the drive mode, which if you do not select the trend package, you won't be able to do this, because this screen here, you have these portions of the screen that are, you know, stock. They only change the RPMs and the speed, and then you have a visible separate screen in the middle that will showcase other information. I think with this trend package, with what you get here, the seamless design is worth it. So trend package, panoramic leather seats, 18-inch alloy wheels, nice display, wireless charger. Those are the things that you get. And I think that for, you know, those $3,700, you bring the level of styling and how, you know, level of how this SUV feels to whole another level. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This video of my new car, as I mentioned, I really love this SUV, and the thing is that it's mine. So if you guys want me to make a video on something else, as I said, the system or anything else, put it down in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make that video for you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and see you in another video. Hey guys, I realized I forgot to mention to you two things when it comes to the safety features. So the first one is when you put it in reverse, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but you also have a rear cross traffic alert. So cars, cyclists, pedestrians, whoever is coming from either side of the car, it's gonna beep at you and it's gonna show you from which side the car or pedestrian is coming from, which is really nice, cool, and great feature, safety feature to have. And the second thing I forgot to mention, I also see this as a safety feature, is that here you have a camera right here that will scan the traffic signs, also the speed limit. That's it for now. Thank you, and let's go back to the video. So guys, I figure I show you this feature that I really like. So when the car is locked and you have your key fob in your pocket or near you, you only need to come close to it. It will beep at you a couple of times, and then it's gonna open the tailgate itself. It's really cool to have, especially if you're carrying the groceries bag. This is gonna help you a lot. Thank you, and let's go back to the video.